life story. So who am I? Where did I came from? What am I doing? All these questions and a lot of answers, to be honest. So my name is Jose. I came from Puerto Rico. I'm currently living in California. This is the story of how I got here and why I came here and what I'm going through right now. So first of all, Puerto Rico. I lived there for my entire life. Born and raised. Lived there until I was 21. When I was 21, I moved to California. My granddad gave me the opportunity to move in with him at Bakersfield, so I took it. And I was able to live with him rent free, able to get a job and focus on the next step, which was moving to LA. So the plan was to be there for 1 year, work, save up, and then move to LA. But unfortunately, when that time frame started to close, my granddad had a stroke and passed away. I wanted to stay with his wife and help out and show my gratitude for, allowing me to stay in their home rent free. And I just couldn't find a way to leave. I really wanted to stay and help and just be there for whatever I could. So I worked on a Dollar Tree. It was fine. It was what it is, or what it was. And then once all that stuff happened with my granddad, I had to find another job, another, higher paying job, more hours and all that stuff. So I found a job in Walmart, and it was what it was. This Walmart. Then after a year of working there, I started getting unhappy, and I felt like I was getting like stuck. Things started to change, and I was just not feeling it. So I was really bad with my money, so I didn't have much save up. I had like 1,200 or something like that, and I just took the risk. And I quit the job. I told my grandpa's wife, now widow, that I was leaving, that I was moving to LA. I was finally making the move. So this was the second sacrifice that I did. The first one being me moving from Puerto Rico, different culture, being with my friends, my family, having a partner, even though it was a toxic relationship, and I'm glad I got away from that. I had a lot over there, and I risked it all, and I left it all behind, and I decided to find a better future. So I risked it, and I moved to Cali. Different culture, different environment, different people, different everything. And now at that point in my life, I was taking another risk, moving from Bakersfield to LA. Again, different city, different culture, more people, like more diverse people, different lifestyle. Definitely something that I wasn't used to. So I decided to get my little money that I had, pack up my bags, put it on my small little 2005 Toyota Celica, and I hit the road. No plan, no job, no place to go. I was planning on being homeless for a while. Then once I got to LA, I checked into a hotel and I received a call from an acting agency, a background agency, called Uncut Casting. They called me to let me know that I had an interview, and I was like, cool, I have my first gig and a source of income. I applied to a few places, and agencies before moving out, so I did a little bit of work beforehand, I guess. So I didn't have a place to be, I mean, like live. So I was burning my money going from hotel to hotel, and that lasted like 2-3 days. Then I found this person that was really kind enough to let me stay with him, even though I didn't have a job. Only thing that the landlord was requiring was me to pay 3 months in advance of rent. So yeah, all my money was gone, and I couldn't even pay fully because, again, I only had 1,200, something like that, around there. So I had to find a job real quick to be able to pay the rest. But yeah, so it was a really tiny apartment. My roommate was really cool. It was one bathroom. It was basically like a small room like this, where he had his bed, a curtain, and then my bed. I slept on the floor for a little bit, just like I'm doing right now. Well, I'll get to that. I slept on the floor, then I got a air mattress, which popped in the middle of the night, and then I got a better one, and that popped. So I slept on top of a deflated air mattress on the floor for about a year and a half. Then I found a job on Amazon Fresh. I was working on Whole Foods for them, since Amazon owns Whole Foods. Yeah, I lived in Koreatown, so I was living in Koreatown, traveling to Venice to work, and yeah, that was okay. Unfortunately, there was some misunderstandings, and I got fired from that job. Once the pandemic hit, everything went crazy. Fortunately, I was able to keep working, and a little bit later on, they fired me. But alright, I got mixed up. So, pandemic hit, so I worked on Amazon Fresh. That was good for a while. I worked there for about a year. Then COVID-19 hit, pandemic, everything shut down. Fortunately, I still had my job, so I was able to keep working. Unfortunately, my roommate lost his job. He wasn't able to work anymore, and he didn't know what the future held for him. So I had to move out. After that, I moved to South Central LA, closer to downtown. So I went from Koreatown to South Central. Yeah, the ghetto. I was living in a short living there. It was pretty cool. I started getting into bad habits. My life started going downhill. Started getting lazy. Had no privacy, living with more people, fights, drinking, partying, smoking, drugs. Oh my god, no bueno. I wasn't that lost of a cause. I was only drinking and stuff, but you should know that I used to not drink at all before that. Yeah, I drank here and there, but once I moved in, I started drinking almost every day, and I started smoking weed, and it was just not good for me, I guess, for my mental state, or my, I just lost track of what I wanted. I still worked in Amazon, and then I got fired. Then I was without a job for a few months. The pandemic was still happening, so it was really hard to find a job. I'm putting this down I'm condensing it down, because I've been living in California now over 6 years, almost 7 years, so 6 years and a half. I lived 3 years in Bakersfield, and I lived 3 years on LA. I lived in Koreatown for about a year and a half, and then I lived on the place that I was before, right after I moved from Koreatown. I lived there for 2.5 years, I believe, or 2 years, almost three. No, yeah, 2.5 years, something like that. Then I found a job at a movie theater, and that's the current job that I still have. And yeah, then I moved out from South Central, and now I'm living on Van Nuys, on the valley, and this is where I am right now. From sleeping on the floor on top of a deflated air mattress on a room this size shared with another guy, from that to living in a house with a whole bunch of dudes on a bunk bed, and now I went from that to having my own room, having a kitchen, having a living room, having a roommate, and sleeping on the floor again. Yeah, I'm going through a lot of changes in my life, and it's worth the sacrifice, definitely. I've learned a lot of things on my time here. I've learned stuff that I want. I've learned stuff that I don't want. And yeah, and I'm still learning till this day. Yeah, so that is basically my story. That's the things that I've done, that's the things that I'm doing, and many greater stuff to come, definitely. If I could do it, you could do it, and if you're going through the same things as I am, yeah, you're not alone. I guess that concludes whatever this is, my story time. And yeah, I'm gonna be making a more extended version of this, and yeah, that's basically it. A lot more to come, I guess.